We can now bring in our international affairs editor, Angela Diffley. Angela, good afternoon. Give us a little bit of background about Martinique.
Yeah, so it's a French overseas territory in the Caribbean. I think we should say right away, because we often talk about New Caledonia on this programme. That is one of France's overseas territories over near Australia. That has a very different status and a very vociferous independence movement and is working, there have been referendums on whether or not to have independence. Martinique does not have a significant independence movement. I think it's fair to say that the population broadly see that there are more benefits to being part of France than disadvantages. It is highly subsidised by mainland France for various reasons, which we'll perhaps have time to go into. So it's about, 350,000 people living there, an island of about, 30 by 60 kilometres. It has a better standard of living than many of the neighbouring Caribbean islands. And it has, nevertheless, had a drop in population recently. More and more of the people of the island are heading to live in mainland France. There are now about 260,000 from the island of Martinique living in mainland France. The economy was broadly agriculture, rum, sugar, bananas, tourism. And there was a major scandal because until about 1993, between the 70s and 1993, a lot of a pesticide which was banned in 1993 was used to help grow the bananas, and that has left much of the land unusable, and so it cannot be used to grow product, and that means that the island needs to be subsidised, that a lot of farmers have had to be compensated, and that its production of some agricultural goods and fishing has diminished, and it imports a lot of food.
So why are we seeing the problems now out on the streets? What happened?
Yeah, well, as we heard there from Shirley, about 40% of the island's food is imported, and the prices are considerably higher than in mainland France. Now, the producers and the distributors say it costs a lot of money to get food from France to this relatively small island, that it is not about having fat profit margins, that it is an expensive business. There are a number of ideas which are going through the works. One is the idea of axing this sea toll, which has been there for centuries, which was originally put there to compensate or to protect local producers against imports. There's an idea that should be axed. Another idea is that maybe a basket of 2,500 is the number that's being put out. Basic necessities should have their prices cut by 20% and capped. Those are some of the ideas. It must be said that probably as France is undergoing significant political change at the moment and instability and a lack of movement, then there isn't going to be much decision on this at the moment. And so it's very much about trying to assure the security of the people living on the island amidst this outbreak of violence.